Lights, camera, action.
In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film.
Cut.
That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explaining all the details. Right here on It. We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening or watching, I thank you for doing so. I am Kevin Mumphrey, and this is Fuck It, We'll Fix It in Post. I'm here with my colleagues, Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Carson Hype Ferguson.
Yes.
Okay, that's all you got?
Yes.
He'll start talking more once you start the topic.
See, okay, all right, whatever. So,
He said yes in Spanish.
Okay.
let's figure out, change it up a bit.
Okay, I got you.
So, the Oscars will be, which I thought would be February of next year, but it actually will be in March of 2026. And
It probably be like the beginning of March, though.
like the first, I think it's March 6th.
Yeah, that's the
this year.
beginning of March.
So, yeah, it'll be beginning of March. But so now the early predictions are starting to
Single
come out.
Beginning.
Get out of it. Will you let him get the first?
I don't even
Before you
know
even
what that
start.
was.
Let him get the first stuff out first before you start. Okay.
Like, I know like, if something was there, I just don't know what it was.
She complained about me talking and I talk, and now it's a problem. What's going on?
You can't win.
No, man. I gotta lose to win.
No,
Yes.
So, early predictions once again, and one of the more notable ones is The Rock's Smashing Machine that has not done well in theaters, but has been given his performance has been getting rave reviews. I don't know if y'all have heard any talks about it.
Yeah, I heard about it. I mean, if you think about it, not all, some films or people who have won Oscars, their movies did not do well neither.
But winning an Oscar does now, do you think it gives it kind of a boost? It maybe cause people to go see it? Or does it do it for you?
Does he have the fact that he has an Oscar buzz? Does it give it a boost? It might.
No, I'm saying if he wins.
Yeah. There's films that have won and I've never heard of them. And I go back and I watch them.
So I am the complete opposite. Well, I do kind of want to see The Rock's performance, but usually when I see films that win Oscars and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, how did this, like, I never even heard of you until like 4 months ago.
Right. Like, what was that movie? I think it's called The Room. That chick won an Oscar that year for that movie.
I do remember this.
Never heard of that movie until she won that Oscar. But it's a good movie though.
I don't know which movie.
She said something in her speech, and a lot of people took offense to it. I can't remember what it was though.
So it's about this woman who was held captive, and like she had a baby and everything in this room. Yeah,
in a room.
In the
In a room.
she was either in the outhouse or in the basement. I can't really remember, but
There's a difference between an outhouse and a basement. You know the difference between an outhouse if you ever been in an outhouse.
if the outhouse was like built as like a room or some shit, like
Outhouses ain't that big. Like,
so how big the outhouse was.
I don't know if you ever been, like, I ain't never seen a fancy outhouse.
There's stuff called.
An outhouse.
I might have not said the right word. Okay. Okay. They might call it something else.
An outhouse is basically a toilet. I ain't never seen a fancy outhouse.
Talking about.
That's an outhouse.
So what do you call it, the storage units then? What do you call those in the back?
Not an outhouse. A she shed.
They're called outhouses.
No, outhouses are toilets. Especially in the South and rural areas, outhouses are only toilets.
Okay. Anyway,
You have like, you know, additions and all this other stuff, and there's all kinds of nomenclature. But I'm like, there ain't no fancy outhouses. Like,
she sheds, okay?
no, I know that, but I'm saying, like, I'm giving you an example because it's funny.
No, you just trying to mess with me.
No, I'm telling you, like, I ain't never heard nobody call like a fancy building adjacent to their house an outhouse, because outhouses aren't fancy.
What do you call it? A storage unit?
Okay, second garage, standalone buildings, never an outhouse.
Okay.
Never.
You learned something new today.
I mean, I didn't learn that. I mean, I knew that.
I didn't either because I wasn't paying attention. So anyway, I'm looking. No,
Man, like it's creepy at night, man.
no.
You do all your facilities during the day, man, because you don't want to be out there at night.
I feel like we've embarked on a memory for you.
No, I mean, I'm saying, like, I have been around the outhouse, like when plumbing was in the house, but they still had an outhouse because the plumbing was relatively new compared to the house.
You've been through some stuff.
No, I haven't. But I do have a couple of homeboys that are a lot older than me that grew up
They're a lot older than you.
in their teens. They still had outhouses. That ain't that long. That ain't that far off.
And they gave Oscar-winning performances in the bathrooms. Anyway, so I just needed a way to get out of that.
That was terrible.
I kind of agree with him. I didn't really agree with him, but that was a terrible way to get out of
We
it.
got out of it, though, didn't we?
No, we didn't. We here now. We still here.
It just needed to.
No, we still
What-
here.
what-
We still here.
What's your point on The Rock?
Well, I really didn't have a point with The Rock. It's just So what? Now I did wanted to make this point because it was important for The Rock, and he's talked about this in his kind of media run that he wanted to do because the movies he would used to do the action movies. He's supposed to be the action star.
Right.
He wanted to get out of that. This is kind of his way out of that. So I kind of like the
Well,
fact
if he wins an Oscar, then he's really out of that.
kind of like what Matthew McConaughey wanted to do. At a certain point, he was like the guy when it came to rom-coms. He would call him the king of the rom-coms. He wanted to.
Did they?
Yes, he was the
I did
rom
not know that.
because he was. It was Matthew McConaughey rom-com made money all the time, but he wanted to stop doing rom-coms.
I don't know if he did that many.
The ones
I really don't know if he did that many because if you like look at somebody like
but here's the thing, you don't really.
Ryan Gosling. Now Ryan Gosling did a bunch of them. Ryan
Yeah.
Gosling was in The Notebook.
And that is, and it's like, it don't have to be a lot to just get pigeonholed into a certain type of role. And that's how he was saying that's what he believed people thought they just wanted him for rom.
Yeah, but I mean, he did a bunch of like experimental stuff. He did the True Detectives deal. Like he's done a gang of stuff.
and he had to like, and for him to be able to do that stuff, he had to tell his agent he doesn't want to do any more rom coms. And
Yeah, man, like he was doing experimental stuff. Like when he did Mud, I saw that at a film festival. First off,
and did he go to theaters? Because I remember with that one.
I mean, I saw it four walled in at a film festival. I don't know if they actually did a theatrical release across the country.
So I know he said he was not working for 2 years because they kept giving him rom coms, and he kept turning them down. It was one he's like they were gonna pay him $14 million for. He had to sit and discuss that with his wife for a minute because you can't be a married man turn down that much money and your wife don't know about it. But for 2 years he didn't work until they decided to like, okay, I guess like producers realized he's serious about not doing rom coms, and that's when he started getting other work. But the Rock situation, he has his own production company, so he can kind of create that situation. And this film he's doing with A24. So this may be his it'll be weird to kind of, I like seeing Rock in like comedies more so than action. But
Yeah, if I had to pick between comedy and action, I would say action for him.
so why would you pick action?
Cause he's good at action. I didn't really like his comedy stuff.
What about his tremendous scene in The Other Guys?
What's tremendous scene?
It was like they were in the first like 2 minutes of the film, and they killed them. Him and Samuel Jackson. They jumped off a building.
I think I vaguely remember what you're talking about now.
They jumped off a building. Like, so the criminals like zip line down the building and then cut the zip line. And they dapped each other up. It was like, hey, see you at the bottom. And they jump. And I'm like, you're like sitting up there as they're falling. You're like, how they gonna get out of this? And then like the next scene, they're at a funeral. And I was like, oh man, like I wasn't expecting that at all.
Vaguely remember what you're talking about. I've only saw that once. But I usually pick The Rock with comedies because I think he's a naturally funny person. Especially when you see him with Kevin Hart.
If you think about The Rock in wrestling, that was his big.
Well, yeah. And I try to, because what he does with wrestling, you're not going to take that at least entirely and bring that in film as a whole.
That's what he did with comedy.
That's what this whole movie is. This whole movie is what he did in wrestling. And you took it and put it in film. That's his whole movie.
What he does in wrestling, I think it works very well in a live setting.
I'm talking about his promos. When he cut his promos, they were funny.
Well, yeah, I mean, he did live promos and stuff as well. Yeah, he's very funny in wrestling. I try to separate that from like he does with his film, just because two different.
You have to have the proper comedic timing to pull that off. You do.
I think he has pretty good comedic timing. Now, I'm not going to
wrestling or just
no, just in movies. Like I said, I'm just saying,
like when he's cutting his promos, it's the same thing. That's just a glimpse to be able to get to the next deal, and you see it in films too.
Yeah, and I think he takes like what he's learned from there and he's brought it in film. Because I just feel like it's kind of unfair to.
Some of it's natural though.
Yeah, I think for him, I think he's naturally funny. That he can, when it comes to timing, how he may present a line in a funny manner. So I like him in fun, but I am glad that he's kind of taking his career and trying to like take control of it, not doing what you would ideally someone in his ilk, in his position would do in film, which would be action films. And just, I want to do these drama films, or maybe he want to do a romance film. I don't think he would, but maybe he does. But he seems more of like guiding himself into, instead of what Hollywood would want him to do. So, I mean, I hate the film.
Well, at the same time, if you think about that film, like Kirsten said, it's not too far fetched from his wrestling. So he's not, in a sense, it's still him.
I mean, that was an earlier film too. So if he's going to the early film, he's probably not going to go too far away from it.
You talking about the film that just came out? That's for the
Oscar. I thought you talking about the film you talking about with Samuel Jackson.
No.
Skill. I mean, it's MMA, and so
understandable is MMA. Like, but I'm saying as far as how he prepares in that film and all the other stuff within that film, that's still part of wrestling. So if you know about the guys in the back who prepare for their going out to the ring and stuff like that, it's different, yes, but there's a lot of similar elements to it. So I don't think it was really hard for him to get into that character, because he can go back to his wrestling days and find that inspiration to get into that character. So it's still The Rock. I don't think that's too far fetched out of who The Rock is. You get what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. And now, the only pushback I'll put to that, because if it was just like a character, he could easily take from his past as a wrestler and kind of divulge it into creating a character. There's also the element he's projecting a actual person.
Yeah.
So there's elements of that person's life that he may, because you got to learn about that person and then try to integrate that.
Yeah, but I mean, he was the son of a wrestler who became a wrestler late in life and was around it from a kid. So he's been immersed in that type of lifestyle where you're on the road, you got to prepare, you got to do all this stuff. It's very physical. You have all these characters and you have an audience as well. I don't think it's that far of a stretch like VA is saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see what you're saying.
At all.
Well,
and you have, the wrestlers who go through addiction. You have the wrestlers who get injured. You have all who work through injuries, who go against the doctor's will and say, hey, I'm still finna go out there and get in the ring. All those elements are within this. I don't think in my opinion, I don't think it's too far out of his element.
And
Right?
he's been injured when he played college football, which basically ended his professional aspirations.
Yeah.
And he's been injured at the professional wrestling level too. There's not really a whole lot of a non-bleed over in that, because it's still physical. It's still a sport, regardless of outcomes. It's still a sport. It's still physical.
Still got the danger element and all those aspects. Well, I see what you're saying.
So I think it was the role for him, right? Even though it's out of something that we've seen him in before. Even when I seen the previews for it, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is who the Rock is. This is the role that the Rock
Tailor
needs to be
made
in.
for the
Right.
Rock.
It makes sense.
Right. I think that's why he did so well at it. Now, some people might not take to it. Like you said, it's not doing well in theaters because probably people aren't used to The Rock being like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, also too, like it may be one of those ones where just the audience that would watch the film probably don't want to go to the four-wall experience to watch the film, because that's like culturally, that's a certain type of film, and like mostly the blockbuster action films like load up the theaters. It's been like that ever since the blockbuster action film, and this is not that. So it may do better whenever it's released digitally than in theaters.
That was my theory when it comes to that, and the movie Him with Marlon Wayans in it.
Him? Yeah.
Because that's that theater release ended like a few weeks. Like it's already
It's already on streaming.
And I think it's one of those films that you're probably not going to go to a theater. And there's just certain films you're not going to a theater to see.
Right.
If you're going to watch it, you're going to watch it on a streaming service. Him, I think is I thought that when they were, because I thought they did pretty good promotion of it, because I saw it everywhere.
Yeah.
So I thought, because it said the opening weekend it did like 15 million.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna go. I wasn't gonna go to the theater to see it.
Which is funny because I just purchased that Joaquin Phoenix film, Her, and I'm gonna watch that this week coming up. You know, with the AI girlfriend, basically.
Oh yeah.
I get you. Okay.
Yeah, like I wasn't going to the theaters to see that. It maybe if it had been a option at a film festival, maybe I would have seen it then. But like outside of that, I probably watch that in my house all day. I wouldn't go to the theaters to watch that.
That's probably going to be me, especially with the Rock's film, because it just feels like something I'd rather watch when I'm at home, or just it's not a theater experience for me.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But hopefully he wins an Oscar. And
yeah, I'm rooting for The Rock. I love The Rock.
Now there are other films that are that kind of so far that are like projected to be nominees. Sinners obviously is one of them.
Good film.
Marty Supreme. I haven't heard much about this, and After the Hunt.
After the Hunt. What's that about?
Not really sure about that because I haven't heard much about it neither. The one that I was kind of surprised to see is they're saying it may be picked is One Battle After Another.
I can see that though.
Because that one supposedly isn't doing that well neither.
But honestly, what films have you saw that have won Oscars did well in theaters?
Honestly, quite a few times I've seen films that win Oscars. I don't know.
Not a lot.
I don't even know what it is.
Hey, did Black Swan do well in the theaters?
I don't think it did.
Black Swan? I don't. This is 2010. Let me look that up. Because I don't remember it doing well, but I feel like it did. Yeah, it did great. 330 million.
But did Moonlight do well in theaters?
No.
Budget?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a different though. It's almost like the Rotten Tomatoes, where you have the audience score versus the critic score. They're almost like diametrically opposed, almost at everything.
I don't even think they got a good Rotten Tomatoes score.
Well, it depends. Is it the audience score or the critic score?
Oh, I don't know.
Because like there is a difference, and typically, like a movie has to be phenomenal for the audience and the critics to basically be in line. Phenomenal.
Okay, so I'm looking. Variety wrote an article.
Something like a phenomenon.
They're saying one battle after another is projected to lose 100 million theatrically. As yikes. So yeah, but looked like from the budget of it, it would have had to have done incredible for it not to lose money.
Something like a phenomenon.
Yuck. Down. I don't even know why you threw that out.
I guess Kevin don't like Cool James, huh?
I do, just not that song. No,
Yeah.
not that song at all. I was trying.
They call him Big Willie.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up the project. So yeah, the film project from one battle after another. The budget was 130 million to 175 million, with an additional 70 million spent on marketing. I mean, there was no way it was gonna. There was no way it was gonna make bank. I figured there's a lot of money into it, but my God, I didn't realize it was that much.
So now with streaming, I don't even count theater stuff. I don't even count that.
And hopefully one day they figure out streaming in a way that that production companies can make money out of it, like VHSs and DVDs, when they could actually take financial risk, because they would make that back with those.
Well, you can take financial risks, but the movie has to be cost effective in other areas for you to be able to do that. And then you have to embrace the audience that is going to watch your film. So if you know your audience is more going to be a digital film audience versus a four-wall audience, and it's not that type of experience, you have to have the foresight to be able to know that. I mean, because,
Now, when you say cost effective in other areas, kind of give me an example of that.
the total cost of the film, like the production of the film. I mean, like, so it has to be cost effective there. You can't spend like $100 million in marketing, whatever, that's going to be outside your target audience. You have to know who this audience is for. Who does this film speak to?
If it's going to speak to people domestically, or can you do globally? But you may want to you may have, like, this film here. I don't know if it was a global release, but it may have want to focus on a domestic. But I mean, they had a lot of like star powers. I think they may have been banking on that.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter now. Like I said in an earlier episode, the Hollywood star is gone. Like, there's very few people that can demand people's attention like that now.
Whew, and this film is definitely helping your point here. 115 million. So,
I mean, like, case in point, right? You go to see the movie, the Venom movie, because of Tom Hardy, or do you go because it's a Venom movie?
No, it's Venom.
Boom.
now, I'm a guy, so if I'm going to go see it, it's going to see it because of Venom. Now,
That's most of everybody, though.
but there are women that are just huge. They're like, they love Tom Hardy. They would probably go to see Tom Hardy just because it's a Tom Hardy.
And I like a lot of stuff that Tom Hardy did, including playing the serial killer dude over in England or whatever,
Yeah.
or Bane.
Bane. I
Like,
loved him as Bane.
He's like very good art, very good character
He's a
actor.
very good,
Very good.
very good actor.
But I don't know if I'd be like, oh, that's that new, Tom Hardy movie. I got to see that. I don't know if I do that. Now, it's like, I see the movie, Tom Hardy's in it. It's like an additional thing. It's not the thing. It's an addition to, not the thing, not the driving factor. Now, different. Denzel film. Got to see that.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that that last Denzel film in the theaters. And they had a digital release at the same time. I always thought that's weird whenever they do that. But it was Apple TV.
Yeah. It's, I don't understand why, because I feel like it's just counterproductive to what you're trying to do. Unless you just got some like deal in place that helps with that. But I
think so, because it was like an Apple TV thing. It went straight to Apple TV before it went to all the other digital outlets.
Yeah.
I still don't know if it's on any other digital outlets right now.
Like, I would think like you're gonna put like maybe like Apple pays like one big lump sum to do that.
Probably. They're
I mean,
trying
that's
to
the only way it would make
they're
sense.
trying to get people on their digital platform because you gotta break the habits. People are not going like straight there. Netflix, Amazon Prime, kinda. You know what I'm saying? Like some other things, Hulu a little bit because sports. YouTube here and there, but outside of that, to get people to drive, to the other store, because you got to look at it like a physical store at this point. How hard is it to get in somebody's life pattern of life? It's very hard.
Yeah.
Creatures of habit. All right, now I gotta go a mile out my way to be able to like go to this store to get the same thing I can get from the other store that I normally go to.
I feel you on that, but here's like I feel like at this point, when it comes to streaming services, the average person has the streaming services they're going to get.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to drive traffic to the other service or the other store. It's the same concept.
I think the only way, and even then, I think the only way you're really going to another streaming service is that free trial, and then you cancel it.
It has to be special, and it can't be like 20% different. It has to be overwhelmingly something that makes you like move.
To me, some overwhelmingly would be, I can't even imagine what that would be.
Denzel Washington, older audience, Apple.
Yeah, I can't even. I see free trial, I'm out of there. I can see live events, but that's what Netflix, like people that the streaming services that already has a big piece of the market share. The only way I can see that happening is if they cut a certain. I'll use Apple. They cut their like price in half, like an out crazy amount. But that also wouldn't be because they're all saying they're like in the red. None of them are in the black apparently.
Or you have to have basically have like what Paramount had. You have to have the Landmans. You have to have the Yellowstones. You have to have like so many heavy hitters that people like, oh yeah, I want to see this. I want to see this. I want to see this. This is really good.
They also have the old movies too.
Yeah.
That draws, people to them also.
A little bit because you can get the old movies across a lot of platforms though. So you don't necessarily have to go out of your way for that. You know what I'm saying?
You can.
And like, okay, a monthly subscription versus, one-time payment. It's a whole different. And like, so.
It would have to, like, for it to be like a market shift, like so many people going to another one where it's like literally a market shift where, because Apple, as far as like the streaming wars, Apple may be what, third, fourth place.
I have no clue.
Like, if you don't, I mean, when you think of like streaming services,
but it
like
all depends on what's your poison, right? So some people love Apple TV.
One thing about Apple is they have a captive audience. They got a bunch of people that's already in the ecosystem because they have the phone.
Okay.
If you have the phone, you're more likely to have another device.
And it's I mean, they make it easy for you to get to it. I have an iPhone, and I mean, they have award-winning projects on there, but it's like it's still, to me, it's like, nah, I'm not doing that.
That's probably because the things that you watch aren't on Apple. So more likely of whatever streaming service that you have, you're watching more stuff on there.
There's that, and also, if it's something I will watch on Apple, somebody probably found a way to sneak it on YouTube. So,
what does it take for you to put your key in your car and go outside your normal pattern of life to go to a new store? What does it take for that? It's the exact same thing in somebody's mind. It takes for them to put the keys in the ignition, put on some clothes, or in this day and age, whatever, pajamas, and go to the damn store.
So with that logic in mind, for that to happen, something really like you would have either consistently bad would have to happen on your route, or something incredibly, honestly, probably both. Something really amazing on this new route and consistency of bad on your old route, or maybe one really bad thing on your old route. Like Netflix would have to mess up pretty bad for a substantial.
Oh, you
period of
mean
time.
like the 4 different times in the last like 2 years where people have called to boycott the platform like that?
I don't know
They're gonna-
nothing about that.
I don't know about that.
Mm.
It can't. It ain't that big.
It's big enough.
But
Like it took a hit.
they can take
They took a couple hits.
that hit, and yeah, it may have took them hits, but it's not like there's not those folks ain't going to Apple or Disney because I was like because Apple. I don't know if y'all noticed that next year Hulu is going to be kind of merged into Disney, so it won't be a Hulu anymore. It'll just be
Well, that makes
Disney.
sense because when you get the bundle, you get Disney and Hulu.
yeah. So it's like Hulu might as well be Disney. So they just in the age of mergers, it's just another merger.
But they've already been in partnership for years.
Yeah, but I think it's like, well, why don't we just put all our money into one circle? Or I think they just want to keep it all Disney.
I mean, it was a partnership anyway between multiple companies.
Yeah,
And then like, one probably got cold feet and didn't want to do as much. So it's like, okay, you buy us out. And now everything's under the same umbrella.
and if who can buy you out? Disney.
I don't know, man. They took a lot of L's, man. They took a lot of L's.
They can afford to take L's.
Not these kind of L's. You had a license to print money and you ruined it. Goodwill and everything.
Well,
Tell me that Star Wars is going to make the same kind of money it would have even 4 years ago. You can't.
now I'm not the bigger Star Wars person.
You don't have to be.
But
But you can see the type of hits that franchise took. It was a license to print money.
Like so I can't really gauge on the Star Wars one, but like the old Disney, like the Cinderellas, the stuff like that, they kind of tinker with those, and I think those were print moneyable brands that they've had as well, and those have been messed up. Star Wars, I feel like they would at least go and see the attempt.
No, we're past that.
You will get enough.
We're past that.
They will make enough money for the attempt.
No, we're past that. L's, losses, major losses. Even with the little bit of goodwill they bought back with Dave Filoni and old boy Favreau, losses.
So, like, what's a financial loss for Star? Well, Star Wars does like
Not breaking even.
Well, I mean that's
Simple project.
So, 'cause I can't imagine a Star Wars film going under $1 billion box office, even a bad one. Now,
under $1 billion?
Yeah, I just because of the fanfare.
Look at them. Like they don't have the same kind of fanfare. That's over. Actually, you have more fans rooting against them now than for them.
Yikes.
It's turned, and it's been like that for at least 4 years.
So okay, is there another? Is there? Because I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this. So is there another Star Wars movie coming out anytime soon?
They had to slow down on the films. They had to slow down on the films because they were taking these L's, and you can only. I don't care how big you are, you're never too big to fail.
So which would you say is kind of a bigger fall off? And I don't even know who would. Marvel, Star Wars.
Star Wars. Marvel still has some goodwill, and they could right the ship a lot faster and easier than Star Wars. Star Wars did a whole lot wrong. I mean, starting from like going after fans, because I don't know. I know you're not like a big Star Wars guy or whatever,
Okay.
but like the 501st were guys that like cosplay as like stormtroopers, and they would show up to like, kids with cancer and stuff like that and do like a lot of goodwill stuff. Disney Star Wars was trying to put a stop to that at first. These people were like, George Lucas loved like the idea of these people going out and like basically spreading the brand. But some people at Disney didn't like the idea that these people were using their IP because it belonged to them.
So you're saying they're getting a little too corporate with their IPs?
They had got too corporate. There's a bunch of stuff that they did wrong. They alienated a lot of their fan base doing a lot of stuff, like goofy stuff like that.
Okay. So they have. I'm looking. So in 2026, The Mandalorian and Group. That's supposed to be coming out in 2026. Summer of 2026 at that. So I have to keep a look at.
They had to slow down
I mean, Marvel did too.
because the Acolyte did not very well, and that was a TV show.
Yeah, I was like, wasn't that?
The numbers were abysmal.
We will definitely be keeping an eye out for. I usually keep an eye out for Marvel, but I have to keep an eye out for Star Wars as well because I thought Star Wars was doing pretty good. At least just from an outsider looking in. Now, on that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you.
Damn, y'all called hell no.
What?
Notes. Y'all done talked about
Oh,
Star
this-
Wars. I can't chime in on Star Wars, okay?
I couldn't even chime in that much on it.
I mean, damn, what's the other notes you got?
Well, okay, I'll do this last thing. So they have a new. It's not that big of a deal, but it is interesting in a note. So there's a new category that will be at the Oscars, and it should start this year, and it will be for best casting.
Best casting.
Yes,
Okay.
best casting in a film, which I mean I like, but for some reason I just assumed that this because they have some
But isn't-
awards that they don't televise.
That was like incorporated in something else. Casting. I don't know.
No, and I think you had an assumption same as I, because I assumed that you would have gotten awards for that type of stuff, but apparently not.
Not Oscars, probably something else. There's probably like specific award for like good casting.
Yeah,
Like it's like an industry like insider award kind of thing.
probably. I just assumed it was like like some of them awards they don't show all the awards
Right.
that's given out. I figured it was one of those things.
I would think there would be, what is it, the creative something? You have
Like
the creative something award.
Like a creative director.
No. Just like the Emmys. Remember they have the creative Emmy?
Oh, like the technical for like the technical award. I don't think the Oscars has that. I know you.
Well, I learned something new. But at the same time, you talk about that, they're gonna have their new category. They were some people, if you've seen what's that movie about the dog? I think any called Good Dog?
Beethoven,
No.
Cujo,
It's a movie, it's a horror movie that just came out. about
man's
Good,
best friend.
good dog.
Good Dog.
Man's best friend.
So
Oh, I thought we were doing
No.
wrong answers only.
No.
Okay, my
No,
bad.
we're
Okay,
not.
Okay, all right.
anyways, some people were trying to put together something to say that animals should have a category at the Oscars.
Animals should have a category.
Is there enough movies every year though featuring animals to be able
To be
make that?
honest, I don't know. Because you don't know. I don't know how many movies they put out about it, like that have animal.
It's like a key central figure. That's tough.
It's tough how it
Feels like you just like.
how do
making
you
stuff up.
judge an animal's performance?
I mean, they're going to be well behaved anyway. They're trained.
Yeah.
So at the same time, if they had that category, would you say Cujo? What else? What else was an animal movie? What's the animal movie with the animals trying to find their way back home?
Pet Cemetery.
No.
You just giving wrong.
Five Goes West.
This came out this year or last year?
What is it called? Good Dog?
Good Dog's the horror film you're talking about.
Right. That came out this year.
Yeah, that's this year. The other film you're trying to think of.
No, I think it was a Disney movie though, but it had like real dogs in it. And they like
A Dog's Tale.
dogs.
HACHI. The Life of Pi, The Black Stallion. Well, if you're gonna, The Bear, that could have gone for an Oscar. No, I don't think they came out this year. I don't know how you would judge it. That's my only thing about it. And I've also heard some and this is always kind of conversation when it comes to the Oscars, like comedies and like comedians should get Oscars. But like if a comedian records an album, they can get a Grammy
Right.
for that. But I don't think they get would be like a stage performance. But comedy isn't necessarily as recognized. Horror obviously isn't.
Right, but
So
at the
I always
sa-
hear about those. I don't necessarily hear animals. Which is where you just brought me up to thinking like there's like a trend on TikTok where parents are like, where these people are like calling their parents or family members saying they're going to
And they dress
take
them
their
up. They
take
dress
their
them up and
dogs to a bait. They're going to take their dog. It's a prank. They're just basically saying, "Hey, we're going to take our dogs to get baptized tomorrow. We want y'all to come."
what?
Yeah. It's hilarious. The responses are
It's not-
appropriately hilarious.
It's not that funny.
I love it. I think it's great. Now it definitely made me think about, but I don't. If it happened, I wouldn't be like against it. But also, like, I think you make a great point as well. How many movies that are centrally pertaining an animal, or maybe if it does, it may create a reason for more movies that pertain animals to be involved. I don't know. I wouldn't be against it, but it's like I don't like how.
I mean, out of all the animal movies, though, it's really not that many good ones anyway. It like, and you talking about like a really great performance where the animal's a central character. It's like what, every 6 years or so. Out of all the movies that are made,
and who gives the speech?
In the episode,
the animatronic animal.
in the
I mean,
episode, the episode.
Somebody could get up on that stage.
Show pictures of the Jaws or whatever, called the Jaws Award.
The Jaws Oscar.
Who would give the speech? Please, in this episode.
So, Bow Wow. But God, I'm still trying to think of how on earth with that speech. I would love to see it though.
Yeah, I know. At the same time, you know, how would you think Cujo would get an award? What if the movie Cujo won? How would you think that would that go? Huh? How would you think that would go?
Cujo going to go up there, and hopefully he's alive at that time. Things happen with animals all the time.
How would you think that would go?
And this is totally so when they do those, like, because I don't even think I don't know if they do this or not. Now I can't remember. Like when they do those memoriams, when like animals who've been in like movies, did they that passed? Did they put them in them?
No, what?
hey, Fido died this year too. Come on, put him in there. Like the Free Willy,
The whale?
yeah, the whale.
Oh,
Remember
Blackfish?
Yeah, when Willie died, they have that memorial. They should
He didn't catch that. He didn't catch that.
did not.
Oh,
You
man.
never seen what is it?
Blackfish.
Yeah, you ain't never seen that
No.
documentary?
No.
It was about the whale that was like, I mean, it was
missing out,
taking
man.
trainers out, like left and right.
Yeah, it was.
And they kept on moving it around.
It was he was lethal.
He's like, I don't like being in captivity. And I'm gonna show you what it is. Hey, had a gangster killer whale,
He
man.
stood on business. All right.
Oh no, he stood
Or
all the way
swim-
on it.
Or swimmed on
They said, hey, you know what my name is, right?
it. On that note, thank you all for watching or listening. I'm once again Kevin Mumphrey with Victoria V.A. Jones,
Whatever.
who will be getting an Oscar-worthy director performance of all monkeys.
First of all, why would you say monkey? Okay, that is real.
Because he's very insensitive.
That is
But-
real. Why
No,
would you say out of
they
all
make-
the
hey.
animals that you said?
I
why
was
would
thinking
you say
Planet of the
monkey?
Apes, and it's done well. No, so, and Carson.
Whatever. Nah,
Hey,
whatever.
Ferguson.
Hey, all I know is, hey, when I think about you, I don't think about no monkey. I'll just let you know that right now. Yeah,
I wasn't
never-
thinking I was thinking of monkeys when I was thinking of her. I was just thinking of like a project that would involve animals.
Why would the animal monkey come out? Like, why? What? You can't say no other animal. We just talked about whales, dogs,
Well, I didn't want to
and
bring them.
everything else. But
Dogs
you said
seem
monkey.
Dogs seem too common. We already brought up whales, so I was like, that would be too easy. So a great dramatic film about monkeys.
That is so common.
Calm.
That is so.
Calm.
I threw something out.
I mean, you could have said scorpions. You could have said some like you could have said
Scorpions?
yeah.
Anaconda with Ice Cube.
Snakes on the plane.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? You could have said something. You know what I'm saying?
Snakes seem too common too.
How is a snake common?
For movies? Yes. I mean, I feel like the
Arachnophobia. Are spiders too common for movies?
spiders? Yeah.
For movies.
For have we looked up a list of animals that are normally used in the movies? I feel like
spiders
would
in
be
movies as main central characters.
I mean, how many animals are being used as main central characters?
Very few.
So
That's what I'm saying. Like you're like, oh, dogs.
yeah, well, I mean, dogs gonna be number one. I feel.
But I'm saying,
Yeah, literally, I put list of animals and literally dog folks.
like exotic animal, like a I mean, we had a zebra on the loose during the summertime up here. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Yeah, now that you brought that up, because you could do like a documentary on the zebra. That was actually a better option. You're right. I missed that one. That was it was right there too.
Never knew you could. I didn't know it was legal to own a zebra.
Man, I just at this point, I'm surprised it was in Tennessee. If it was
surprised.
and this is crazy. If it was Florida, I wouldn't have been surprised at all. If it was Texas, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Honestly, Ohio has a lot of exotics. Like a bunch of people like own like tigers and stuff like that. That one guy that, you know, got all depressed or whatever and then let all the animals out. He had like giraffes and all kinds of stuff. It's just there's a lot of stuff you can actually own.
Yeah, I looked that
in a
up.
bunch of states.
I looked that up.
In a bunch of states.
You get because kangaroos, people
Yeah.
can own kangaroos and stuff like that.
There's like certain classifications of animals that you may or may not. You may need a license. It may be a fee. Like a bunch of people own like a bunch of stuff.
Dude got the zebra from Texas because they you know.
I think they said at a point now that there's more, like tigers. There's like more of them here than there are
In the wild.
in the wild,
Mhm.
which is
Well,
absolutely insane.
Captivity.
Yes, in captivity. Yes, you're right. So before I completely wrap this up, I was looking up like list of animals that are commonly used in film. Number one is dog. Obviously, I thought
Of
cats
course.
would be two, but actually number two is horses. Number three,
Cat wouldn't be because they're temperamental. And like think of a cat's attitude. You're gonna be able to train a cat to be able to do everything
I
you
agree with
command.
that. Cats can be a-holes. So I'm right there with you. But number three are cats. Number four is monkeys.
And you said monkeys.
So number five, which I should not be surprised at this, but number five is rats. Number six
I
is
thought that might have been like you said that's number 5.
yep.
I thought that would have been a little bit higher in the list.
I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm surprised that I'm not surprised at it, but I think it should be higher. There's just so many ways to utilize rats in films, and after that is bears, elephants, and lastly, birds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So how common are snakes again?
Well, okay, you may have gotten the point. That snakes may not be as common.
Oh, spiders? What spider said on the list?
It's probably pretty far down. Oh, look. Oh,
Okay.
all right. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and end this. Thank you all for.
No, before you end it, I want you to say I was right.
Let me look down this list. Let's see some more of this. It can't be like 50 on the list. It's gotta.
Just tell him he right.
Yeah, I mean, you may be right. I'm trying to.
He said you may be
I'm trying
right.
to look some more. And yeah, all right, you got me because I'm at 10.
He said you right. He said you got me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right on this. 'Cause, I don't see. I'm at 10, and they got turtles, and I don't ferrets on the list. I don't see a snake at all.
Damn, what number is ferrets?
Ferrets is 13.
Dog.
Okay. I guess snakes is like at 19. So okay, it's not even top 10. All right, you're right. Okay, yeah, you're right on that one. Damn, that was pretty far down. Like grizzly bears. Okay, yeah, you got that one. You were right on that one. Well, I've been proven wrong once again. Thank you all, and that's a wrap. They got wool. Yeah, I can't believe it's like snakes is like right above sharks.